SDNs are one of the major subjects here at ECOC, but what's critical is the photonic layer, and Glenn Wellbrock of Verizon has been talking at the Market Focus. Glenn, take us through some of the major points you were saying about this critical aspect of SDN.
You bet, Brian. It is quite a bit different, right? Everybody talks about SDN inside the data center, and a lot of folks aren't necessarily extrapolating it out between the data centers. That's where we spend a lot of money. We're also enabling the photonic layer as we go. We're bringing colorless, directionless, contentionless, flexible grid, a lot of capability to that photonic layer that's never been there before. We want to use SDN as a means to try and control that, optimize it, and take advantage of it.
Yeah, so SDN has gone from being a buzzword into certainly not a reality, but a coming up happening, isn't it?
It really is, I mean, now we called it the path computational element before this. We've had network management systems, but SDN is the new and revived version of how I'm going to automate and optimize the network. And this is multi-layer, multi-domain, multi-vendor. It's really quite unique. I believe it's really coming true now.
Yes, now you work for one of the major service providers in Verizon, and Verizon, I guess, must be looking at this too.
It's true. We do have a very large and complex network. So we are trying to take tools like this that we can automate and optimize the network. Not just one layer or one domain at a time, but how am I going to optimize the entire circuit path? Layer 3, 2, 1, and now 0, so that I can build an optimal network and I can automate that function so that I don't have a bunch of technicians running around moving patch cords whenever I have to make a change.
So yes, it's an interesting few years coming up, and SDN is going to be very much a part of it, isn't it?
It will. It'll be at the center of a lot of these changes going forward. Now you can argue that many of them are evolutionary, right? We've been working on automating the network for a while. Now we finally got a structure around it so that we can refer to it, we can grow it, we can nature this and bring it to fruition.
Great, Glenn. Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
You bet. Thank you, Brian.